And Tim, I want to know who benefited more from their partnership this season on the Houston Rockets. Mike D'Antoni, the coach, or the bearded one, James Harden?
This is easy. I think it's Mike D'Antoni because there were a lot of questions coming into this year. Mike D'Antoni, was he just a product of playing or coaching Steve Nash? And
Okay.
Steve Nash playing in that system. And goes to New York, kind of a nightmare. Carmelo, hold the ball, bogged everybody down. Goes to LA, kind of a nightmare. Kobe, hold the ball, bog everybody down. So I got to be honest, I thought it was going to go to Houston, James Harden, hold the ball, bog everybody down. But not so much. What James Harden has done this year, career high in assists, led the NBA in assists, has proven that Mike D'Antoni, with a capable point guard a la James Harden, a la Steve Nash, he can make your team good and take them to the next level and make them great. So I think Mike D'Antoni will have a job forever at the NBA level because a team that has a dynamic point guard is going to say, hey, let's get D'Antoni in here. Let's shoot some threes. Let's play an exciting brand of basketball. I think his coaching, everything he has done in the past with Phoenix and the success that he had, everything is justified by what Houston did this year to show that he could really coach, and that in New York and LA, it wasn't his fault.
I look at it from the other perspective. I feel like his resume was already proven. When you talk about what he did with Steve Nash, they won 60 games a couple of times, went to the Western Conference Finals. James Harden had never done any of that stuff. I mean, James Harden led this team to a 55-win season because of the system that Mike D'Antoni instituted, the way that he allowed James Harden to penetrate and dish and have the ball in his hands the majority of times. Now, we know that Harden probably should have won MVP a couple of years ago, but he got Harden, I guess, he took him maybe to even another level, so to speak, where I felt like he was the MVP this year up until late in the season. So I feel like Mike D'Antoni, yeah, he extended his career, but he already has some steps on his resume, whereas now I think people look at James Harden differently because of the system that he was in, and I feel like James Harden really benefited more than Mike D'Antoni.
Yeah, D'Antoni got James Harden to buy in. And James Harden's always been a great player, a great scorer.
No
Now,
doubt.
the knock on him was he dribbled too much, and then he dominated the basketball too much. This year, shared the basketball. He's still going to dominate it, but I thought he was more unselfish. He really flourished in this system, and I was on the same page as you up until the last month of the season. I thought he was going to win the MVP. Westbrook has this crazy year, but both these guys benefited, but D'Antoni can coach another 20 years. Harden can't play for 20 years.
Harden a finalist for NBA MVP, D'Antoni a finalist for Coach of the Year. Those will be announced on June 26th.